this feature called Code View that was published late of May 2024. It gives the user the option to look at the code in YAML format on a Canvas app, be it a control or a screen or a container or a gallery within the Canvas app. And the user can click on View Code and look at the code in a YAML format. It gives the ability to copy the control and share it outside Power App Studio. If you wanted to give it to the other users to copy and use that control, this one really helps. And of course, you can copy and paste controls within your app context if you have a Canvas app which uses that control multiple times. This is definitely a low-code approach and not for pro developers, because there are better tools like the Visual Studio Code Editor for Power Platform, where the pro developers can pretty much control everything within the code. So the features are very limited, meaning you cannot copy and paste a screen using this code viewer, and you can edit the code viewer as well. It's more for an kind of a overview or a glance of the YAML code that each of those components within the Canvas app has. And you can only copy the controls that are on the screen. You cannot copy the screen itself, but you could definitely duplicate a screen in Canvas apps. So the features are very limited. It's only in preview, and I believe this might actually get more updates in the near future. But for a starter, as a low-code user, you could have an insight about what the code does in a Canvas app. That's pretty much the possibilities of this particular new feature. Let's take a look at the Canvas app and see how it works. This is a sample demo app, and as you can see, there is a couple of pages here or screens. One is the home page, where there's nothing much except for the logos and an image. And this one is connected to a database table at the back end, to an automotive sales database, plus a copilot has been infused. But the goal of this demo is to show the code viewer functionality, right? So for you to see the code viewer, you first have to make sure that you have this PowerFX feature enabled, the PowerFX formula bar, and that is a must. And once that is enabled, you could come to any of these components within the Canvas app, be it a screen or object or container or gallery. Click on this, and then here you would see the code view preview. And once I click on that, you would see the backend YAML code format of that particular screen, because I clicked on the screen and I clicked on view code, and you would get a copy of this in this format. Now you would see there's like thousands of lines in this one. This is nothing but, I'm calling a gallery with huge amount of data. But if you have an app which has a lot of controls, you can pretty much find the control and copy them, and then paste it on another app or on a screen, or you can send it to your colleagues. You only have an option to copy. You do not have an option to edit this code. Even if I'm in the edit mode here, I'm the owner of this app, I cannot make edits. So you have to use the Visual Studio Code and Power Platform Toolkit to make those pro dev changes that you wanted to do. All right, this is more for viewing the code, and pretty much that's it. And likewise, if I go to another object called screen container, and this part is the screen container on the right side of the app, and you would have the similar option to view the code for that container and see what that container does. Now let's copy this container code, okay? And then what I will do is I'll create a new screen, and I will try to paste that code that we just copied. Now, this is not a productive method. In the past, we've been always using a duplicate screen, and you would get that. Or you can even, duplicate the container by right-clicking that and duplicate it. So this is definitely not the purpose that you would use it for. However, it's one of the new features that's been provided, and it pretty much replicates, viewing the code and copying the code and pasting it here. And if you want to send this code to other developers, if you're in a multi-country setup where you have a distributed teams, and that's totally possible. But otherwise, the features are very limited at this point of time. Again, this is still in preview. As you can see, the feature sets are in preview, view code preview. And one could expect that this feature can be extended in the near future. But otherwise, there are various other time effective way to do it as a pro code developer to do what I just showed. But in essence, the core of this new feature is just to view the code in the YAML format at the back end. And that's all about this feature. Thank you.